Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Royal Star, and today I want to talk about tools to healing. Um, Back when I started my journey, which was almost 3 years now, it's been a while. It's been more than about, um, it's been like 6 years since I've, come into awareness. I would say that. But within the last 3 years is when my eyes were open to a lot of different things. And one of the things that helped me, or some of the things that helped me during my healing journey, I want to bring that information to you guys. So, first things first is learning how to forgive. Forgiving is so important, you guys. First thing, you want to definitely forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all of your shortcomings. Forgive yourself for all the things you may have done by not being aware of, this matrix. I dealt with that a lot. A lot of times I would go back in my mind and I think about things like, why would I do something like that? But I had to forgive myself because I did not understand that I was actually in a matrix. Now, I'm not talking about I did something horrible and now I'm blaming it on the matrix. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is a lot of times we do things and it's because of society and what's the norm, what's in the matrix. So it's important to forgive yourself. It's important to forgive others, and not forgiving others for them, but forgiving others for yourself, because you have to understand that we didn't come here to hurt each other. We came here to experience things, and if hurt came along with that, then that's just what it was. But it wasn't intentionally, oh, I want to hurt you because of this. Our souls love each other. We've been here millennials, not everybody. Those who know who I'm talking to, you know who I'm talking to. But a lot of us have been here for eons, and it's important that we learn to forgive each other, because when we go back to source and we meet again on the other side, we're like, I would have never hurt you if I knew, you know. So it's important to forgive each other. So you definitely want to start off with forgiveness. And another healing tool that I use coming into awareness is reading. I started reading books, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, like I submerged myself into books, into learning, because the beautiful thing about books is you could pick up a book and within 3 days or however long it takes you to read a book, you could be a changed person, or you can literally be on the outside looking in at who you were 3 days ago before you had learned this information, and all it came from was reading pages and information, people's thoughts put into paragraphs and pages. It will change the trajectory of your life reading books, you guys. So a lot of times when we come into awareness, we start to go on YouTube and Google, and we're trying to find out information. A lot of information, you guys, are stored within books, and that gives you the opportunity to learn how to think for yourself, because now you get to channel that information that you're taking in, and you're learning how to alchemize it, and like, what can I take out of this that happened to somebody? What can this do for me? Reading has really helped me, you guys, on my healing journey. And it's good to stick to things that you are interested in. So if you're not interested in certain things, topics, get books that you're interested in. If it's books like inspirational books, or if you're into ascension books and alien books, or just learning about things, the pyramids, You know, start to gather different information because everything will make sense all in due time. You know, we are the original computers. You know, AI is out here now, but we are the original computers. That's where they get AI from, is from us. So all of that information is stored into our memory, is stored into our brains, stored into our cells. Um, so it's important to know that gathering information, that will help your healing journey. Trust me when I say all information is stored and you will be able to use it at some point in time. And reference to books, I want to give you guys some books that helped me on my healing journey. One of them I don't have here. I actually listened to it on Audible, but it was The Four Agreements by Miguel. I don't know if his last name is Perez or something. I can't remember. But The Four Agreements. That book, whoo, baby, it took me for a ride, you guys. I did experience something like that previously, but The Four Agreements is what snapped me into shadow work. Shadow work was the first time I heard about shadow work was after reading the book The Four Agreements. And The Four Agreements, it talks about all of these contracts that we signed here in regards to religion, in regards to you know, racism and things like that. Growing up in a household full of, you know, you may come from a household and they talked about Black people, and you may happen to be a white person and you're like, look, I don't view them as that, you know. It talks about signing these agreements with our usually it's our loved ones. It starts from the home, signing these agreements of, I was raised in a church and now I'm an adult and I feel like I still have to be a Christian or still have to be Muslim or whatever it is, but it doesn't resonate with your spirit anymore. Signing these agreements and learning how to actually come up out of it, and just someone implanting the seed into your mind is enough for you to be like, okay, now I want to seek this information. Seeking you shall find. So I got a couple options here. One of the books, this book, you guys, amazing. I got this book maybe about 2 years ago. When Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler. This is amazing, you guys. He talk about the Americas and the fact that all Black people did not come from Africa, honey. The rocks will tell you the truth. So not all of us came from Africa. The original Egypt was the Americas. This was the place to be, you know, centuries ago. They wanted to get over to the Americas. So this is a wonderful book, you guys, to start off. And like, again, this is something that I was interested in. I love learning about different places, and just the title itself, When Rocks Cry Out. Can you imagine the things that rocks would tell you, how long they've been here? That title itself just grabbed me in. So I was like, okay, I gotta read it. And it was phenomenal, you guys. So learning about the Mayans, and it's amazing. Okay. The Alchemist. Now, this is a book that I actually haven't opened up and read, you guys. I've read maybe like a chapter, but I couldn't really get into it. But from what I gathered from the book, it totally makes sense for, you know, someone in their healing journey. So I would recommend this book, even though I have not finished the entire book, you guys. I have heard really good reviews about this book, and I've read maybe about a chapter or two. It's a pretty good book, but I didn't really, it wasn't something that I personally, that grabbed me. But I'm just one person, so that doesn't mean that it wouldn't help you. I have heard people who praise this book, so this is another great book, you guys. And it says, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. Your only obligation is to realize your destiny and to walk within it. Come on now. Okay. Another book, you guys, is The Sybils. This book talks about the Mami Waters and the magic within the African prophecies of Black women, and us being those us being the gate in between spirituality and reality, and it being stolen by the Catholic Church, them taking all of our medicines, them taking our magic and trying to take it for themselves. So this talks about matriarchy and how it was originally us that ruled the world, not in a way of, oh, I'm at the top and you're at the bottom. It's the way that nature works. Nature itself is feminine, it's chaos, and that's the way that the world worked before. Was within matriarchy, feminine and chaos, and the men are that stern rod that will be able to make things in alignment. So a wonderful book to read, you guys. And also another book, baby, when I tell you, Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown. Tab, girl, why you do this? Listen, this book, and I just got chills all over again. So reading her story, you guys, she is such a spiritual woman, and I'm sure she knows it. But this has nothing to do with people being like in religion. It doesn't matter. However you get to the truth is how you get to the truth. Just don't stay stuck in a certain narrative, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I can tell you about Miss Tabitha Brown, this lady, her roots, yeah, they about that. But a wonderful read. So that's just a couple options, you guys. And that's things that I'm interested in. So okay, so we talked about books, and then I want to talk about meditation and listening to yourself, listening to not necessarily yourself, your higher self, and listening to channel information that's trying to come in into you. We spend so much time thinking on these devices and on the phones with people and getting information from outside sources. But when do we really spend time and just to sit in silence and be still and to just gather information by quietness, just going within? Meditation is so powerful, you guys. Everybody can't be telling the same lie. You know what I'm saying? If you keep hearing about meditation, really look into that and see what is meditation. So meditation is separate from prayer. Prayer is the act of asking and speaking. Meditation is the act of listening and stillness and gathering information. A lot of times, I personally will get my information when I'm still. Even when I'm in class, I have to be like quiet and still to actually, for this information to come and channel into me. A lot of people, some people may have to listen to music to get there, whatever works for you. But a lot of times meditation isn't always you sitting, with your legs crossed. It could be driving. You could be driving and be in a state of meditation. You could be cooking. You could be cleaning. You could be taking a bath. A lot of things you could be doing, and you'll be meditating. And a lot of times we don't even know that. Sometimes what we do is we could be in a meditative state, and what we'll allow our thoughts to run rapid. And the thing about meditation is you don't want to try and stop thoughts. You don't want to stop the thoughts. You just want to let the thoughts visit. You want to let them visit for a while, and then you let them go their way. And then after so long of, being able to let thoughts just travel and, focus your mind back on your breath, it'll become easier. It's a practice. So nothing will just come easy like that. You have to practice it. So meditation is a wonderful tool. Also grounding yourself. I walk outside with no shoes on at all times. Unless I'm going somewhere, of course. I do a lot of grounding, and what they call earthing now these days. And it's so powerful, you guys, because earth is it is a negative charge, and your body gives it a positive charge. So when it meets in the middle, it balances each other out. The earth literally will pull toxics from the bottom of your feet. It literally will recharge you and pull out all the things that no longer serves you. Grounding and earthing is so necessary. So necessary. And just to put your palms on the ground, your eyes. You have eyes on, not just eyes that you have eyes at the bottom of your feet, your hands, your knees. These are center points. These are eyes. So it's important to get out there and ground yourself. That's a wonderful tool to healing. Another tool that is very powerful that I use almost weekly is spiritual baths. Spiritual baths are so healing within itself, you guys. First of all, within my spiritual bath, I have all 5 of the elements. I have me, of course, me being the spirit. I have the element of the water. I have the element of the earth, which would be herbs. I put salt in there, crystals. I have the element of fire, which I'll put candles around me. I have the element of air, which I'll light some incense and put some good smelling stuff in there. And when I tell you, it's like a portal that you enter into. It's important to put things in there that speaks to you. It's time that we start listening to ourselves. It's time that we start finding out who we are, because not everything works for everybody. And some herbs may be better for some people, and some may be not really work for some folks. It's important to understand what is your medicine, what helps you, what is it that you're looking to achieve. So doing some research on spiritual baths, I think, is very important, you guys. It's so healing and powerful within itself. And spiritual baths are not just for women. Men, it is vital that you tap into your feminine energy in a way of, you started off as a female and developed into a male. Everything starts off as female. You have to be balanced. There's no way you're I'm so macho, I'm so man, and you don't know how to take care of a plant. You don't know how to take care of an animal. You don't know how to love your mother. You don't know how to love your sisters and your wives and your girlfriends. It's important to balance that out, and water will help to achieve that, especially taking spiritual baths. Spiritual baths will also protect you. It'll rid all the negative soot that's been lingering on you for that past week or month, however long it takes you to take a spiritual bath. Water itself is cleansing. Spiritual baths are very powerful, and it definitely helped me on my healing journey, which continues to help me, because we're always healing, you guys. Healing never stops. If it does, then you don't need to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? Then you go ahead and go to the next level. But spiritual baths is definitely a good tool. And then also I want to talk about is writing. Writing is one of my long lost best friends. When I was a kid, I used to write poetry. I used to write scripts and like movie scripts. I thought I was gonna like be a director or something. But writing itself is so healing. You get to find, for me specifically, when I write, I find myself in a different way. I get to, I can write and then I'll look at it and I'll read it over and I'll be like, did I say that? It's like I'm on the outside looking in. It's something so powerful to be able to put your thoughts on paper. And for me, I'm much more of a better writer than I am a speaker. So when I write, it's like, whoa. So writing itself is very healing. Even writing could be meditating, you guys. You can actually be in a meditative state writing. To get your thoughts out there, to acknowledge yourself, to validate yourself and to validate your thoughts. A lot of times it's important that things that we have going on in our heads that makes it harder for us to meditate, go ahead and put that down to a pen and paper. You'll be surprised the things that you're able to move things out your mind, because a lot of us, we are just taking mental garbage in all day, and we're just stored just mental garbage in all day. And another way to channel that out through you is to get that out and write it out and leave it. And you can even burn the paper. Another element, we're talking about fire and also air, but writing things out and saying it out loud, putting it out there in the ethers, and then burning it, releasing it, doing away with those things. Writing is very powerful, you guys, on your healing journey. And the last thing I want to talk about is how important it is to give gratitude. When I learned that I was on to the next, so many things that I had been through in my life, I was just on to the next, and I was never really standing back and then just thinking about where I came from. I was just in survival mode, so I was just moving forward. But when you stop and you give thanks, baby, it will do something to your spirit. It'll start to lift things up off of you like smoke coming from you. Give gratitude to all that is. Give gratitude to this earth. Give gratitude to the earth, air, fire, water. Give gratitude to your spirit. Give gratitude to your family. Give gratitude to your limbs and your body and your blood. Give gratitude towards your home and your car. Everything that is, all gratitude to love. Gratitude to be grateful. Gratitude is so important, you guys, and it helps you heal. These are tools that I'm saying to you guys, not just to be like, oh, it's something to listen at. If you really want to start to heal, start using certain tools. A lot of times, certain things in our lives will leave us because we're not grateful for it. We're not grateful for it. And gratitude is so powerful that shamans used to ward away tornadoes and hurricanes by just being grateful. Mother Earth, like, nah, they ain't grateful. Let me go ahead, come down here, because the energy center point, that all this negativity, it's like, we need to come on over here and fix this. And shamans would just give thanks and gratitude and ward off a tornado. Gratitude is so powerful, you guys, and it helps you heal. So again, this was some tools to help you guys in your healing journey. I hope this helped, and I'm thankful for you guys. I'm grateful for you guys. And I'll see you later. Take care.